talk about how the defensive performance today gave you the opportunity as an offense, particularly, just to provide the end result, if you will.
Yeah, for the offensive standpoint, the defense kept getting 3 and outs, and then kept helping us stay in the game. They didn't let them score all half, so that gave us opportunity to make a play at the end.
Stay in the front left with Larry.
Talk about the placement on the long touchdown pass.
Oh yeah, it was perfect. It was one-on-one coverage out there. The safety was in the middle, and then I got it inside of my guy, and then Will put a perfect ball, and I just had to run underneath it.
Stand in the front towards the left right here.
Hey, so this is your guys' first true test of the season. This is the first time you guys played an opponent that many people consider to be like a contender in the Big Ten and also a national contender. What does this win mean for you personally moving forward? Like, how has your team improved from here?
I think it says a lot about our team. Wisconsin's a very tough football team, very good defense, very good offense, and I think us beating this team says a lot about our character, says a lot about the players on our team, and then but we need to focus on the games ahead because this win doesn't define our season.
Second row in the middle, Chris.
Ryan, it seemed like they were playing to give the ball back to the defense to win it. Was that kind of the message? This is your guys' time to win the game.
I mean, regardless of what the offense does, we don't want any other offense we're playing to get a yard, get a first down, score a touchdown. So regardless of what the offense does, we expect to win every game. We had 7-point lead, which we think that's enough for us to win a game on defense. So regardless of how many points they score, we think we should win the game on defense.
Front row middle, John.
Wilton, down here, perfect time for a big play game winner. Describe what you saw there. Yeah, pre-snap, Coach Fish dialed up a good one. We all really love that play, and I think every receiver, Jake Butt, just a play action where I can take a shot. And I saw a single high one-on-one with Darboh, and that's probably the best scenario that, as a quarterback, I could hear is one-on-one with Amar Darboh. So I got back at the top of my drop and saw that he won on his release, and it was still solid coverage, so I knew I needed to put it in one spot and one spot only, and he made a great play.
Stay in second middle, Adam.
This question's for Ryan. Ryan, this was supposed, I guess, going into this game, very physical. Wisconsin, with a win over Michigan State. Could you just kind of walk us through how physical it was and how much the defensive line really helped set the tone?
Yeah, there were some big boys up front. I think they were averaging like 6'6", 320, 315. We're not quite as big up front, but it all comes down to technique and effort on the D-line. And I think we played hard. I think we played fast. I think we played with great technique. And all that credit goes to Coach Madison. And when I would look to my left and look to my right, I'd see guys who were in the program 4 or 5 years and who really wanted this game up front. So we accepted the challenge, and I think we did a good job.
Standing, third row left, Dan.
Wilton, can you tell us what you guys call that 11-man single line I formation, where that came from and what that does for you?
Can't tell you, it's a secret. No, I actually don't know where that came from. Maybe Boise State.
Coach Harbaugh just put it in.
Yeah, I don't know. Coach Jay Harbaugh and Headman Harbaugh, Drevno and Fish all just kind of came into a meeting one day earlier this week, all with a big smirk on their face. So we knew something was going in that they liked, and it happened to be that play. And the bottom line is, if you do something like that, you better not mess it up. You better pick up the first down, and we were able to do that.
What does it do for you to line up?
I'm sure it's probably pretty confusing for the defense. I don't know, I've never played defense, but if you see 11 or 10 dudes in a line, that'd probably throw you off a little bit and make you think. So
I think that's fair to say,
Third row, all the way to the back right.
From the defensive perspective, can you talk about how you stopped Corey Clement today? And then the second question for anybody is 9 points got left off the board there with the field goal kicking. Was that a source of frustration for you guys?
you go ahead, I'll take that.
He's a good running back. I think we just rallied to the ball. He broke a few tackles. That's going to happen sometimes. But I think we just rallied to the ball. There was a lot of effort, pursuit to the football. I think that's the biggest thing. We did break some tackles in the backfield, made some good cuts. But I think overall our pursuit is what helped shut him down.
And yeah, about the field goal, anytime you leave points off the board, it's not the goal, it's not what you want, but you know, that's not on the kicker, that's on me as a quarterback and on the offense to get the ball in the end zone. You know, we had been efficient all year. Once we got to the red zone, being able to score touchdowns, you know, I think we had been averaging like 49 points a game. You know, so on a windy day like this, to put that much pressure on the kicker, it's not fair. So we got to hit the film and figure out how to get 6 or 7 on the board instead of just 3.
Did you feel like you needed a touchdown at the end instead of getting in field goal position?
Well, I always feel like we need touchdowns. It doesn't matter what the score is. Doesn't matter if we've got Janikowski kicking field goals. It's just we need touchdowns, and that's the bottom line.
Third row, middle right.
This question's for Wilton. Number one, how did you guys stay composed despite all the trips inside the 50 where you didn't score? And then the second one would be, you guys haven't been on the road yet, so what do you anticipate learning about this team as you get ready to hit the road?
Yeah, obviously it's a bummer when you have that good a field position. Your defense continues to get you good field position, and then you know you get down there, but you're unsuccessful. So we're going to have to take a long, hard look at this film, figure out what we need to do better to be more efficient, to move the ball down the field, get the ball in the end zone, and just like every game, learn from our mistakes and build on it. And as far as the road game, yeah, this is October and we haven't been on the road yet, but we're excited, you know, to get out of Ann Arbor and go, you know, take an opponent on in their house. So 2 years ago we went to Rutgers. It was a hectic crowd. They did like a blackout night game, stormed the field. So we just need to keep our composure and just play football. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just play the game.
Second row, middle left, Chris.
Thanks, Ryan. You got the hockey player smile going on. Did that happen today?
My tooth?
The tooth, yeah.
No, the tooth's been gone since,
That's it.
I want to say like July 10th, 15th,
Gotcha.
somewhere around there.
Gotcha, okay. And then talk about Jordan's play at the end, the long pass, and I mean, that's probably a play you guys see him make quite a bit in practice.
Yeah, we see him make a lot of plays, but that was on another level, I think. I think he jumped and like floated for 5 yards, and then somehow just caught it with one hand. But yeah, that's a guy that's going to be playing on Sundays for a long time. So glad he's on our team.
Let's go into the standing left here, Wojo.
Will, you guys knew you had a different challenge today with Wisconsin being so tough physically. Do you feel like even though this was the tightest game and maybe the most mistake-prone game, that you guys learned maybe even more about how you can handle teams like this?
Yeah, absolutely. It's if you want to be a great team, you've got to learn from your mistakes, and we do that. So to have so many of them, it's a lot to learn and a lot to build on. So we left a lot of opportunities out there where we could have put the ball in the end zone, could have gotten 3. So yeah, we're going to hit the film and learn from it, but it's a good feeling to have that type of game and walk away victorious.
Middle right here.
This is from our. Ryan said earlier that when the defense feels like it has a 7-point lead, it feels like that's enough. Do you have enough faith in the defense when y'all are up to know, even if stuff's not going well, that they can perform the way they do today?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of playmakers on that side of the ball. But, I mean, just because I have faith doesn't mean that I'm relaxed on the offensive side of the ball. I think even though they were getting stops, we, Will and Denai and the rest of the offensive players knew that we still needed to score. So.
Got time for 1 or 2 more, starting with Adam, second row left.
This question for Wilton. Wilton, spinning, and I know we've talked like every week about the progress, spinning out of the pocket, but then rather than throwing away the ball, looks like you forced a couple throws today. Is that something that you're paying attention to?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was one, I took a sack, I needed to just throw the ball out of bounds. But, I don't know, I was just confident in being able to shake off tacklers and extend plays. But, you know, when you're playing a defense like Wisconsin who's that talented and that fundamentally sound, you just got to learn to live another day and not take the risks. So I tried to force a couple balls in there today that probably shouldn't have been thrown, but that's just another thing to learn from on film.
Was it any nerves because of Wisconsin, coming in with a...
No, today was the most comfortable I felt on an opening drive yet. I felt the ball was coming out well and saw that completion to Jake Butt on my first pass. So, No, there was no nerves. It's just our motto is the next opponent, so we don't really worry about the name on the jersey.
Okay, final question, Angelique in the front left.
For Ryan, how different is this defense now? You have Taco, you have Brian, and you have Jordan back.
There's a lot of leaders on this defense and a lot of playmakers. I think that's the biggest thing they bring. Taco is an elite pass rusher. Brian is one of the strongest kids I've ever seen play a double team, do anything on the football field. And Jordan is Jordan. You saw the play he made that close out the game. I think it just brings playmaking ability, and people are going to show up in the big games and in the big moments.